All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's form building webinar. My name is Nick, and I'll be walking us through the form builder today. Today's topic is on updating images and drawing widgets. So we will just be working off of our FormDr training packet today. And if you do have any questions as we go along, please hang on to those. I will be opening up that chat a little bit later in the webinar, and I'll be happy to answer any questions or go back over any information if necessary. Let's go ahead and get started. As mentioned earlier, we will be working off of that FormDr training packet today, so we'll click the three dots on the right side of that and click Edit Forms. We've already set up the packet for today's webinar, but we're just using our sample form packet here, and we've just added an image. So we have our tabs set to where we need. We'll just go ahead and click Next to Build to take us into step 2. And this will be where we can update the form itself. And as you can see, we have an image widget up here at the top with our logo on that. And then at the bottom of the screen, we also have the drawing widget as well. And we'll talk about these two widgets before we start to update them, and just in terms of how to use them and whatnot. And we'll start with the image widget at the top. Both of these can be found in the Images and Upload section on about halfway down on the left sidebar here. You'll also have access to the upload widgets as well, the card photo upload and upload file. Those will be used to collect information from patients. However, we will just be talking about the image and drawing in this webinar. But up here we have added an image widget, which when you are adding widgets, you can just click and drag to their position, or if you click them, they will be added at the bottom of that page. And from here, all I've done is just upload an image, which we have selected that FormDr logo, and then closed it up. With the image widget, you can also adjust the sizing of it as well. It will default to small. If you do choose to align that to the left or the right, you can do that also. But with the sizing, you'll have options of tiny, small, medium, big, and full width. Depending on the size of the image that you've uploaded, these may differ just a little bit in terms of how they look, so you may need to adjust the sizing to make something look a little bit nicer. But if you do want something to take up that entire area of the form or whatever space it has been given, so if this widget is within a column, which I can demonstrate now, we'll go back to small just so that we can move it around a little bit easier, but we'll duplicate this so we have a second one. And then if I were to put both of these into a column, if I give one of those that full width, it will only be given that 50% of that area. So if the widget's out on its own, just on the form, it will take up 100% of that space, but depending on how you have that information formatted, it may look a little bit different. So we'll just move this one out. And we'll get rid of these two. All right. Now, if you're looking to update the image widget, all you're going to need to do is hover over that image, click that nearest orange pencil icon that pops up for you. And once it's open for editing, you can then just click on that image browser, select your new image, and upload it to that widget. And from here, you're good to go. If you do have a logo or an image at the top of each one of your tabs within the packet, once you upload one of them and change it, you can either go to each tab and upload that as well, or I just recommend duplicating that a couple of times. And then from here, you can just use the move function, which we can open up that second one, click that move drop down, select which tab we want to send that to, move, and then we can drag that to the top. And then same for that third one, we'll do move to that consent form, move, and we'll drag that one to the top as well. There we go. And that's also showing how to use that duplication function as well. And if this is a little big, again, we can go down a little bit in size if we need to. We'll just go ahead and do that for all three tabs. Make them look uniform. All right. And now we'll go on to the drawing widget down here. And the drawing widget is going to allow the patient to mark on this image, if we go to our style page before we get into the nitty-gritty of the drawing widget, click next to style. This will take you to the style page, and this is going to be the page that you can update the logo file or the background color or any of the selection option colors, whatever the case may be that you're looking to update. However, this is also a live preview of the form. As you can see, we're getting those required tags because we've clicked past a required field. We're also able to see any conditional information in action as well. So this is a great way to test the form to see if everything's displaying correctly. And if it's not, you can always just go right back into the builder and update whatever you need to be done. Maybe we want these to be left aligned instead so that they just give a little bit more area for the patient to write their answers in. We can open up all of these, align them left, and we'll align this question left as well. Go right back to that style page, and we can see that those changes have already been made, and we can now test them out to make sure that everything's looking nice and tidy. But when it comes to that drawing widget, you can also test this out as well. So if we are on a computer, which we are right now, we can use our mouse to draw on this widget. And if we were to be on a mobile device or a tablet, we would be able to use our finger or a stylus to draw on this widget as well. So this will also hold true for the signature widget. Just a note on the signature widget as well. Again, if they're on a computer, it will be a mouse that they can use, and if they're on a mobile device or a tablet, they will be able to use their finger or a stylus. We can go back to the builder now and go back down to that drawing widget. And the drawing widget's going to have many of the same options in terms of sizing as the image widget does. Well, all of them actually. Full width if you wanted to take up that full area. And again, it will depend on the size of that uploaded image, but full width will always bring that to that full size of the given area. You'll also be able to upload that title of this widget as well. So that would be the question that's included. And then it also has a shortcode name. So if we were to duplicate this widget and we were to duplicate the shortcode into that name field on that second one so that they both share the same shortcode, they will act as a single widget. So now when we select one, you can see this one's selected as well. So that's the autofill function in action. It just takes a little minute sometimes to update, but that's the style page for you. We can go back. We'll only need one of these for this demonstration. And we can also make the drawing widget conditional. To do so, you will need to toggle on that conditional toggle. But from here, we can add extra information as well. Maybe it's not a text field. Maybe it's a drop down or something like that. And it says, rate your pain. And then we could have, options 1 through 5 or 10 or whatever the case may be. We'll just do 1 through 5 for now, just to save us some time. And then now, once the patient has selected or drawn on that widget, they will be presented with that extra question as well. So you can get that conditional functionality out of the drawing widget. Again, the image widget is just going to be an image on the form, so the patient will not be able to interact with that at all. So they won't be able to draw on that or anything. It's just simply going to be an image for them to be able to view. They will be able to draw on that drawing widget. So just know that when you're using either one of these, when you're building out your form, because you don't want to get a submission back with your logo marked all over or something like that. And if you're looking to update the actual image itself, very much the same as the image widget, we'll just click that browser, select our new image. We can upload that instead. Oh, I've uploaded the same image. Let me upload the other one. There we go. All right, we can make this a little bit smaller as well. There we go. So you'll be able to upload any image to this drawing widget. So if you do, I've also seen people use this with some kind of a chart or a table and just allow the patient to mark or circle certain, medications or symptoms or whatever the case may be. I've seen the drawing widget used many different ways, but basically whatever is uploaded there, whatever image file is uploaded will allow the patient to mark on it, and you can use it for anything of that nature. Primarily, though, it will be used for something like this, like a body image or something along those lines. But I'm going to go ahead and open up that chat as well, just in case we have any questions. This one is a little bit shorter of a demonstration as we're just going over those two widgets, but that chat is open. If you do have any questions or would like me to go over anything, I'm more than happy to do so or get those answered. In the meantime, we can just go ahead and talk about the card photo upload widget and upload file widget as well, since they are in the same section. And we'll go ahead and add one of each of those. And we'll just talk about these briefly. But basically, the card photo upload is going to be what you're going to want to use for any uploaded ID cards, driver's license IDs, insurance cards, whatever the case may be there. You can also set this to only one image if you like, but it will default to have that front and the back. This question can be required. It can also be hidden either on print or from the user if you would like to be uploading something instead. And this can also be auto-filled into other upload questions using those shortcodes. The card photo upload widget will only be compatible with image files. So if the patient uploads a PDF or a Word document or something like that, that won't work out for you because you won't. This is an image collector, basically. But if you are collecting multiple page documents, medication records, or something like that, PDFs, Word documents, that will be used with the upload file. And once the patient has uploaded something to that, you will then be able to download that out to store it separately. The card photo upload widget will be displayed on the printout of that submission or on the export. The upload file will need to be downloaded and stored separately, or whatever you would like to do with that information. And if the patient is on a mobile device or a tablet, when using the card photo upload widget, they will be prompted to either upload an image file, or if they, again, are on mobile or a tablet, they can use the camera to take a photo of that image instead. If they are on a computer, then they will just be prompted to upload an image file. All right. And then once we're ready, we can click through next to publish. It does say published on step 4. Just one note, this is just, we still have one more step before these changes are live and this form has been republished. This is just going to give us one last opportunity to change the title of our packet or collect any of the other information in this list that we may need for this packet. Once we are ready to publish those changes, we can click the My Account button at the bottom right, or the Finish Building Go to My Account button underneath the list of these items. Either one's going to take you back to the Send and Receive page, and at that point you'll know that those changes have been saved and published. That is going to now be the form's latest version, and we can click on that live link, which will take us to a live version of that form, and we can see that that image has been changed. We have our upload questions as well, so we can upload whatever we need, and then the file as well. All right. But that will conclude today's webinar on the images and uploads, namely the drawing and image widgets themselves. And just as a reminder, we do host these webinars every Tuesday and Thursday at 11:30 a.m. Pacific time. You can get to our webinar schedule as well by going to My Account, Support, and then Search Guide. Our webinar schedule can be found in the FormDr Update section here at the bottom right. This will take you to our FormDr Update section. You can keep up with all of our recent releases in terms of feature additions, as well as our webinar schedule on the left side here. We are in April. If we go to the April webinar schedule, we can see the onboarding schedule here. It won't change too much as we will be going over generally the same information in those onboarding webinars. However, those are held every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10:30 a.m. Pacific time. And we just go through general use of the account, how to update users, how to send forms, manage submissions, and things like that. Just, set up integrations. And then in our form building webinars on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we will be going over specific information for each one of those. And if you would like to keep up with the schedule of that, that can be found here. If there is anything that you're interested in joining, you can just click on that link and it will take you right up to the sign up page for that day. And if there is anything that you are interested in and are not going to be able to be in attendance for any reason, don't worry, we will be posting the recordings of these videos after the fact. And once that has been changed, that link will change to say posted, click here. And when you click that link, it'll just take you to our YouTube page, and we'll have some timestamps at the bottom of that video talking about what we're going over in those moments. But again, that can be found by going to My Account, Support, and Search Guide, and that will be found in the FormDr Updates section. And while we're on this page, if you do need to reach out to our support staff for any reason, you can do so by going to My Account and to the Support tab. We'll have a drop down for you to select a reason why you're reaching out. If you do have any documentation pertaining to your issue, that is very helpful for our team as well. And of course, the details, this is going to be the message our team receives in support. Obviously, the more detailed to the situation you're dealing with, the more quickly our team will be able to assess that and take care of that for you. But once you click that contact support button, you'll receive a ticket number. Our team will then reach out to you shortly after that to help get that taken care of. If for any reason they need to log into your account, they'll ask you for your support code, which can be found at the bottom of the screen as well. Each account will have its own unique support code. Our support team would need that to log in, and this would be a rare request. However, there are cases where something may need to be looked at or tested from within the account, and in those situations, our team will ask you for that code, which can be found here. But thank you very much for joining us today. That is going to conclude our webinar for this Tuesday anyway. Please feel free to join us for our next form building webinar, which is going to be about using and editing templates. Again, you can just come to this webinar schedule page, click on that link, and it will take you right to that sign up page for you. And these are free. You can join as many of these as you like. If you do have any staff or coworkers that you would like to learn this information as well, please feel free to send them our way. We do encourage everybody to join us as often as they like until they're comfortable with the product, and also beyond that if they enjoy coming. So thank you for being here today. Hope to see you again next time, and have a great afternoon.